Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Friedman and joined in the studio today by our reporter David Reske, David of NowSpeed. Welcome, David.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
It's nice to have you on. I know that you and I were talking, although we've come in contact. We've never done the show together, so it's a first.
It's wonderful. And thanks for having me.
Looking forward to it. David, you're talking about an interesting topic today. You were going to talk about marketing automation.
Yeah, marketing automation is a huge phenomenon that's happening across marketing departments over the last few years, and it's really meeting some big needs in marketing. I've been doing marketing, digital marketing, for about 20 years now,
Wow.
And one of the biggest challenges that I've seen repeatedly across almost every client is the conflict between sales and marketing. You know, the marketing department is doing everything. They're spending the money. They're buying ads, they're building the website, they're driving traffic, they're driving leads, and then they throw the leads over the wall to the sales team, and the sales team says, these leads are terrible, they don't like them, right? And then marketing says, well, you guys are never following up on our leads.
Right.
Sales team complains. You ever seen
The
that
classic
with your
pointing the
clients?
finger at one another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ever seen that with your clients?
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
exactly. So it's just a constant battle. I mean, marketing people are doing everything they can to drive quality, and the sales people, you want to think that they're doing everything they can to follow up good leads, but they're always pointing fingers at each other.
Right.
So this new class of software has come on the scene in the last 5 years, marketing automation software, to help deal with that conflict and make it possible for companies to efficiently, effectively, and consistently follow up on leads, take some of the burden off the sales teams, and make it possible to really move people through the buying cycle in a very efficient and effective way.
Okay.
It's
So
really
help break that down for
Sure.
for our listeners. It sounds to me as though you're talking a little bit more of a back end than when you talk about marketing automation. I think in a historical sense about how often, how much on the front end and contact and communication and making sure that you're tracking that end of the process. It sounds to me like you're talking about that link, if you will, between sales and marketing and how you automate that process somewhat and make sure it's seamless.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, in the old days, or people without this kind of technology, what happens is a lead comes in, maybe it's through the website or a trade show, you pass the business card onto the sales team types it into some CRM system, and then they start making calls or occasionally sending emails out. They try to engage that person, and they may or may not be ready to buy. And so we don't really know exactly what the salesperson is doing, but hopefully they're doing some quality things. With marketing automation, there's a few really important capabilities it gives you. One is the ability to program lead nurture. That means when a lead comes in, we can put that lead through or send that person a series of messages to move them through the buying process. So somebody comes in and requests, let's say, a white paper from a law firm or an insurance agency. They can send that person a case study, access to a demo, offer for an assessment, a free trial, a whole series of messages to get them more engaged. And then you can watch how they respond and score how they respond. And so only when they go through a certain threshold or a certain level can you then trigger that message to go to the salesperson. So the salesperson is only following up on warm leads, not just the average.
So what it really provides is a way of qualifying, better qualification of leads and measuring that life cycle of a lead, if you will.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fascinating.
It can in build engagement through the whole process, really nurturing the leads. And it's funny how good salespeople do this naturally. So the best salespeople, in my experience, ask good questions. They find out all about the needs of the buyer, and then they give them the information that they need. If a buyer is in a very early phase, let's say you're in the market for life insurance, you don't know the difference between term and whole life. You don't know if you should be buying for 2 years of coverage or 50 years of coverage, or you're in the early phase. Well, if you tell that to the salesperson, they may give you a guide or a white paper. You're not really ready to buy, but you're just exploring the topic. If you say, on the other hand, to the salesperson, hey, I've done all my homework, I'm considering 3 companies, and I'm trying to make a decision, they're going to give you a totally different kind of information. And that's one of the challenges in these marketing automation systems, using technology to find out where the buyer is in the process, and then based on who they are and actually what they're doing, you can program in the kind of information that they get. it's not just as simple as just sending everybody the same stream.
So it
of
allows
stuff.
you to really set your parameters, set your workflow, if you will, and then have those thresholds as you talked about, so you can measure, how many people are moving from stage 4 to 5, and what is that qualification from 4 to 5.
Yeah.
David, if our listeners want to get in touch with you, and I imagine there's many out there that need some marketing automation help, what's the best way for them to reach you?
The best way is to reach us on our website, nowspeed.com.